What's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of Freshly Baked Props. As always, I am Tony, coming at you with a new one. I've been busy over this weekend, customizing a lot of vehicles. This year seems to be the year of the vehicle. Like all these things are coming out now, and all these 3D printer people are coming out with insane vehicles. But listen, I don't have the money for all that shit, so I'm just trying to make my own stuff and just, be a little realistic. Now, I do want a his tank. And I know I'll get that in time or whatever, find it somewhere. Not a big fucking deal, not in a rush to get it. And I do have the helicopter. I did get that. But in terms of like these 3D printed tanks and boats and like variations of the Vamp or whatever the case may be, I can't, if I can afford it, I'll get it eventually. But right now, my money's real tight, so I can only afford what I can afford, which is thrift store stuff. And it's this shit. I know they don't scale correctly because it's 1/10 scale. But let me just start out with the trucks. The trucks were what I talked about last week. Essentially in between episodes, I just show you stuff that I already kind of made. And the two trucks right here I've had for a very long time. That is the semi truck and the looks like a souped up SUV here. That if you guys know Articulated Ninja, which most of you do, considering all you guys, we all always see each other in chat rooms like Mython and Woody 222, which I appreciate you guys for always watching these videos and commenting. Thank you so much. Like I said, it makes me feel like I'm not talking to myself. So, and I saw your last video when you shouted me out, Woody. I appreciate you, brother. Social anxiety sucks, and this helps. It's kind of like therapeutic to just talk. And I mean, look how many people you're meeting just by starting your channel and stuff like that. It's just amazing how quickly it snowballs. So I'm glad I could help. I'm glad I could, inspire you, however you worded it. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for watching. Thank you for always commenting, and thank you for the support. Same thing for Mython. I appreciate you guys. Anyway, you guys saw on Articulated Ninja's channel. He, I think, bought this. I think he found it somewhere and he got it. I don't know, but I got two of those on eBay. You can find them pretty cheap on eBay. It's hard to find like in good condition ones because a lot of them are missing the roof or they're missing pieces. I was able to find two in fairly good condition for an affordable price. They're about $30 a piece. And I don't mind paying that because the vehicles that are coming out now are fucking $60, $70, $80, $100. Like, and I did get the Vanguard. The Vanguard's what was that, $185, and that's why I went through Valaverse. I didn't go through anywhere else because I think it's $250 on fucking Big Bad, so you can, kindly fuck all the way off. I'm not paying that for when the thing's on the other website for $189. The website that the person who's making it. So I went through them, free shipping. So I'm excited to get that vehicle. But I need a troop of vehicles to go with the Vanguard and the Vamp and the Tomahawk that I got coming in August, And eventually I will get the fucking his tank. Mark my words.
It will be mine. Oh, yes. It will be mine.
You know what I'm saying? I will get that motherfucker. Anyway. But I got those three vehicles coming. I needed like an arsenal of vehicles. Now I know some of these are comically big, like I said before. But because they're 1/10 scale and they're meant for Barbie dolls or those weird monster high school dolls. At least that blue one in the middle. That's who that's for. It's for Rainbow Academy or some shit like that. I don't know any of these properties or licenses. I just know I saw this at a thrift store in New Jersey for $8.99, $6.99, and $12.99, and I bought all three. One is an RC car, the red one on the end. The silver one was a pink Barbie car. And the blue one was a white, like I said, Rainbow Academy car. Now, I was lucky to find these things. Usually when I go to thrift, there's nothing there. I hate those places because it's just old people's crap. And I'm not buying other people's garbage unless you come across something like this. This blew my mind. Like my girl dragged me to this thing. And when I went, I was pleasantly surprised, let me tell you. But I'll show you guys a little tour. I'm very happy with my work here. Now, the red car was as is, pretty much. It was just missing a rear view mirror, which I went online and I purchased like an RC car just set of different kind of rear view mirrors, and they had like a sports car one attached to that. Like it was like 6 or 7 of them, and I just slapped it onto this. This is a Dodge Viper. I'm sorry, Dodge Charger. It's a Dodge Viper. It's a nice looking car, and I like the red and the black accents and stuff like that. Originally, I was going to paint it flat black with red accents, but the more I looked at it, I was like, I don't want to paint everything flat black, because the truck in the middle, as you can see, is flat black. That's more of like a SWAT, military, mercenary type vehicle. I got 2 of those, and you can load people up in those things. I have those Fortnite. I don't know who it is, but he has the metal like face mask with the SWAT team looking shit, the urban camo. And I have like 15 of those guys. They were at Ollie's. They were on sale, dude. You want an army build with cheap guys, go to Ollie's when those things are on sale. But I got a lot of those, and I was able to load all of them up into both of them. Right now I have a Desert Condor driving it, just to show you that they can fit in there comfortably. You can put G.I. Joes in these things easily, and Vatlaverse. And like I said, you can load up the figures in there, because there's a lot of seats in there, but it's not much. Like, there's no like cool little details or anything like that, because like I said, it's from 2003. It was a Ninja Turtle van. And that cartoon was awesome. I'm gonna do an episode of Talking Figures, I think, next, just about some of these cartoons that we kind of overlooked because we got older when they came out. Because I know a lot of the people who watch, we all watch each other's channels and shit. We're all the same age. We all like the same shit, pretty much. Maybe just different styles or variations of it. But I want to talk about some of those cartoons from 2003, because they were really good. Even the He-Man one from 2004, that was, you know, the Four Horsemen, when they try to bring it back so they can make the toy line. And the Batman cartoon. I think that doesn't get enough credit, because everybody, you know, puts animated series on such a high pedestal, which it should be. It's a piece of art. It's a masterpiece. But there's a lot of Batman cartoons that came out after that are pretty good, that I'm going to talk about in a couple episodes. Well, the next episode of Talking Figures. But anyway, back to these things. The red car was pretty sick. It was already done. Like I said, it was just a remote control car. It didn't have the remote, and I think the battery was fucked up, and I think the wiring, because I took it apart because I just wanted to paint the body. I didn't want to paint everything. And the wiring and mechanisms and all shit were kind of just like mangled. They didn't look good, so I just took it all out. I gutted it. Now, I was going to, you know, be ambitious and try to put seats in it and a steering wheel and a dashboard, but for what? The way I'm going to shoot this thing, you know, you shoot it driving, and then you cut to them into like a cockpit that I'll make, so I can shoot it how I need to, the same way I did the Batman one-hitter. So, you know, when you see Hollywood things, that's how they shoot it, you know, like the car's not really moving or anything like that. Sometimes they're not even really in the fucking car, you know? So that's my mindset, because I'm doing the play motion, stop motion stuff, so that's kind of what my mindset is with this stuff. So keep that in mind. That's why I got Roadblock, Heavy Duty or Roadblock standing next to it, next to the blue one, and I got the Vatlaverse chick in I don't know, I forgot her name. Her name escapes me. I'm sorry. Pandora in the Barbie car. But I do got a little toy here. I'll show you guys real quick, and then I'll pause things because it's gonna get ahead of me. But hold on, let me just move my camera real quick just so I can see the pause I did. So this is the Dodge Charger. Now, if you see the hood of the car, it's got like that weird bubble effect. When I went to go paint it with the clear coat, and I know painters of RC cars or customizers will probably flip, but I didn't airbrush clear coat. I just used spray paint, and I used that the Rust-Oleum shit that does on plastic and everything like that, or Krylon, whatever it was. I think it was Krylon. And it created like this weird, because I think the red paint started to kind of bubble because it just the reaction wasn't right. But it created like this snake skin texture onto the car by using the clear coat. Now, I don't know nothing about paint. I'm not that great at it. I know how to black wash things. I know how to kind of add weathering with rub and buff and whatnot. I know some tricks, the shading and stuff like that. But this was like a happy accident for me, because this, to me, I was going to give it to Destro or Cobra Commander anyway. When I shoot my play motion thing, they were going to be driving this badass Dodge Viper, considering it's called the Viper and they're Cobra. But like when I got this texture, I was like, it has to be a Cobra car because it looks like snake. It looks like snake skin now, and I was just in love with it, like absolutely in love with it. I'm sorry, I got to keep moving my camera a little bit here just so I can play the video. But I really liked how it came out. It looked really fucking good, and the clear coat was just perfect. It has this beautiful shine that I wanted. I wanted that real, like, reflective kind of shine to it that it has now. And like I said, you could see that snake skin type texture, man. It came out great. Very happy with this one. This was the Barbie car. Now, this whole thing was fucking pink. And it was so annoying. So I did basically, originally I did different color ideas. I didn't know which one what color I wanted to paint it. And then I was just thinking in my head, most of these little convertible cars are usually like silver, like red. They just want like red. And since I had the Dodge Viper red, and this car will only be used once in a blue moon because it's like a convertible top. I really don't care to use it. Like, to me, when I use a convertible, and in my head, when I'm shooting with photography or whether I'm shooting with play motion and stop motion, I'm trying to think logically. Who's going to drive this car? It's going to be probably a chick, you know? And they're comically small in this car. So if I shoot it, I'm going to have to like basically give them a booster seat, so which I'm going to take some EVA foam and cut just squares out so I can sit it. So when they sit in the car, they're not as like, they don't look like a 3-year-old is trying to drive the car. You know, when you let your kids or your nephews pretend to drive the car, you know? And when I get to the rainbow car, I have something about that, because there's a thing that's just comically big about it, and it's just like, what the fuck? Because especially this Barbie car. This Barbie car, in terms of the inside, like, this is what I like about this car, is it had a lot of detail on it, and I'll get to that in a second. Let me just show you. But it has a lot of detail on it for a Barbie car. So I just painted that little section right there black, because I just wanted to offset it, and usually those things are black, the vent part. I left the Barbie a license plate, because I think I'm just going to print one to make it look real, like an actual New York or New Jersey or Connecticut, whatever state I want to do, California, and put it on the back. Originally, I was going to print like a BMW logo and put it on the Barbie thing. If anybody who 3D prints, I mean, I have a 3D printer, don't get me wrong. Rarely use the fucking thing because it's so volatile. Like, I'm considering selling it. So if anybody watches this thing, you're looking to buy a 3D printer, I'll sell you this and the curing station for very, very affordable, for not what you would have paid on what I paid for it on Amazon. So if you're interested, guys, let me know. I'm all about helping the community. I'm all about making friends and stuff like that. I'm not a prick. So, you know, so if anybody is looking, do you guys know anybody who's looking? Let them know, and I'll gladly oblige. But anyway, back to my video here. This is what I was talking about. The inside is very detailed. Now, I did mess up on behind the steering wheel. They had like a sticker that had like the speedometer and everything, and it was already peeling because it was fucked up, so I didn't want to put masking tape on it, because if you pull the masking tape off on one of these things that's already peeling 8 times out of 10, I don't want to like sound arrogant or anything like that, it usually just rips the whole thing off when you pull the tape off. So I, as carefully as I could, got it off. Then when I went to go put it back on with some glue, it stuck all to my hands and the fucking thing came apart. So I'm probably just going to look online on Etsy, because I know you can find decals for G.I. Joe stuff, so I'm sure they have Barbie decals. So I'm going to find that. The GPS, I was lucky to save and get. I got that. That stayed on, no problem. I taped that right in. The tape came right off. I was very happy how that looked. But like I said, this whole dashboard was pink. Everything was pink. And that was very annoying to me. So I figured, originally I was going to go dark gray or black dashboard. You could if you're painting this thing. I wanted it to be, like I said, when I look at these cars, who's really going to be driving them? This is like a chick car. So I wanted it to be bright, lighter, more lighter on the lighter side. So I went with a light gray dashboard, and then all the little components, the vents, the knobs, the buttons, I painted black. I'm in the process of getting a rear view mirror from I bought an RC car rear view mirror, same way I did with the side mirrors for the Viper. But that just hasn't gotten here yet, and when it does, I'm gonna just pop it in that little peg right by her arm. But this car is sick. The steering wheel kind of is to scale to them. The problem is it's too far. Like, the seat is too big because it's retrofitted for a Barbie. I'm gonna try to work with it when I shoot, just so they don't look so silly inside of it. But I do like the fact that you could stand figures up inside of it, like I can do drive-bys. The car was very cheap. This one was, I think, $599 from the... if you're on the East Coast, if you're in the tri-state area, it's called Value Village in Hawthorne, New Jersey. I'll give them a shout-out. They had a lot of cool stuff. They had Barbie SUVs that I was going to get. But like I said, when I was looking at them, the seats are huge. So just if you're gonna buy this, just keep in mind to keep the figures maybe outside. You know, if you just want cars in the background or cars to blow up, if you pyrotechnics, that's another reason why I got these things, because they're $6. And if I decide to stick a fucking firecracker under it just to blow it up for some effects and stuff like that, I'm gonna do it, because it's not that cheap. It's not that I didn't pay that much. The car retails on Amazon for $30, so I got it for fucking $5. They had more of this same version, but like I said, you have to paint the whole thing. And if you enjoy painting, then you have a good time. This one also, I took this because, like I said, it was a set of rear view mirrors, the side mirrors. I had to replace these because they didn't have it. The Barbie one comes with it, but obviously you're buying it at a thrift shop. It's most of the time it's not going to have all the pieces. If you're lucky, if you find that completely, a complete piece, which I was lucky with the next car, with the last car I'll show you. But this car came out pretty sick, and I can shoot interior shots with this from behind, which I like. This is the reason I bought the car, because this car can be my interior shot for the Viper too, or it can be the interior shot for another car. Doesn't matter. And when I show you the last car, that's probably going to be the interior shot for the Viper, because it just looks more luxury. But I might try to see what a Viper looks like and make my own, like I did with the Batman one-hitter. I kind of made my own cockpit. It's inside the Batmobile, but you just take the Batmobile apart, you sit Batman in it, and I could shoot everything without the body, because it's all close-ups anyway. You're not going to see the Batmobile. So just keep that in mind too. If you ever like doing stop motion or play motion, 110 scale cars do scale a little bit better. 112 on the inside probably is perfect because it scales to the figures. But on the outside, like, I think it just looks nicer. Like 110 to 112, I think is just sweet spot. If you go to 114, that's when you start getting a little too small, unless you have that truck from Tractor Supply, which I also have. It's in the other room. I could have brought that out, but so many of you guys already have it. It's just a pickup truck. I literally just painted it flat black because I just wanted it a tactical unit, a vehicle when I get into it. I am going to mount a gun in the back, like a 50 cal gun that I get from either another 60th anniversary Joe or something else. I'll figure that out when I need to. But for right now, let me get back onto this car. I'm sorry this episode's going to be long, man. I haven't really been on for a while. I haven't done talking figures, and I'll talk about that later. But let's keep going. But I was very happy. Look, see, I mean, the detail's sick. The only thing that's missing is a shifter stick, which I'm going to make myself. I don't really need to worry about that. But I do like this vehicle a lot. Like I said, I like how you could stand up a figure in there and just have them, like I said, drive-by shooting and stuff like that. This was the Ninja Turtle vehicle that Articulated Ninja put over so well. And when he did, I went and bought two. And then I painted them. They come green, obviously, because they're Ninja Turtles trucks. But man, you take a little time to this thing is sick. This thing looks like a tactical mercenary unit vehicle. It's got like a satellite on the back. I'm a little disappointed that they didn't put like computers inside for Donatello, but whatever. It's 2003. They don't give a shit. It's toys, right? I know the sides do come out. These little triangle pieces they shoot out because it's like missiles. I just got those pushed in because I don't need that stuff for now. And this is my trailer. When I bought the WWE truck, I didn't like the stupid crane, so I pulled all that crap out. And I just thought to myself, like, in this play motion video, I did want a scene where they're transporting a bunch of robots and stuff like that. So this box came. I forgot what was in it. I wish I knew. But when I looked at the box, I was like, man, fuck, that thing looks just like a goddamn trailer. So I just took there's a piece that screws from the crane to the truck. So I took that off and I just put that on this box. And it fucking went right in. So then I had to figure out wheels. So I just built up like a cardboard base and stuck desk chair wheels on the ends. Because you're not really going to look at the fucking wheels. The thing's going to drive right by, right? So, I have two big Marvel Legends figures in here. I have the comic book Marvel Legends Crossbones, and the other guy that's on his, like that weird mercenary. He's got the metal arm with the Punisher-looking skull mask. Not Crossbones, obviously. I don't know if I get a good shot at him, but he's got like the armor and stuff like that. He's got the metal arm. I got him driving behind the wheel. This truck's pretty cool. This truck, I think, is not too expensive neither. So if you considering doing something like this, if you're doing stop motion or play motion, this is pretty cool. This is, to me, this vehicle's the winner. Now, it's obviously supposed to be a Maserati or like a Bentley. I think it's a Bentley. It's very, very like a fancy looking car. It was white and it had lights, like LED lights inside of it. And when you turned it on, you could turn the car any color you wanted. This also got it at the thrift store for, I think, $10.99. I think it was $9.99. So it was very cheap. It retails for like $35, I think. And when it originally came out, I think it was like $50 or $60. But I painted it this blue. I found this blue at Advanced Auto Parts. It's like Metal Sparks, it's called. It's what's on the can. And I used to use it when I was cosplaying. I made so many Captain America shields and so many like X-Men type stuff that I use this blue every single time. It's my favorite shade of blue. It's like a royal blue and it has metal flakes in it, so it has that beautiful. It was meant for cars anyway, so I figured I finally get to spray it on a car or a vehicle. I couldn't wait to do it, and I just thought, when I see this car, like I was telling you about the silver one, I see Bruce Wayne, I see Tony Stark, I see Lex Luthor, you know, I see a lot. I see rich socialites driving this bitch, you know, and I really like this one. Like I said, this one, the steering wheel is massive, and I don't know why. As you can see here, I got Heavy Duty standing next to it because he scales pretty good next to it. He looks pretty good. I like it a lot. But when I come around here, I'm going to show you what I did on the inside. It was all black. They didn't put any work into the paint details, so I just did that myself. I kind of just painted everything silver and then went over it with black, touching in so that the buttons and the raised detail would come out. Obviously, you can dry brush it, but I wanted to really have it look silver, so like I did here, so you can see the buttons in the middle. Hold on, let me just pause it. So the speedometer was all black. I painted it silver, then painted all the little notches that were protruding black. I painted the little, like the needle base black. I haven't gotten painted orange yet because I really don't care. I'm gonna put some stickers here, right next to the steering wheel. In the dashboard, there's a screen. It's all black. You can't see it. And if you look right here in the console with the silver buttons, or that's just silver outlining around the black buttons, there's supposed to be another screen right there. And then it has the turn knob shifter. That's how I know it's a Bentley, or it's a very expensive car. Like I said, pretty sure it's Bentley. It's based off of Bentley, where you could turn like park, reverse, drive, and stuff like that. That was all black, and I kind of painted the rim silver, and then all the raised PDR. I painted that silver too, so it would come out so you could see it. The doors on the inside I painted silver. The dashboard I painted, I think, was already black. I just I sprayed it with flat clear coat, so because I didn't like the shiny. It was very, very shiny. So I didn't like that. I wanted it to look more like dull leather, so that's why I did that. Same thing with the seats. The seats look like Louis Vuitton seats too, like they have like the details. So originally I was thinking about painting the middle like a tan or like a brown, so you could see all that detail. I just haven't gotten to that yet because, like I said, not in a real rush to do that. Like I said, these are just luxury cars. I know everybody who's making vehicles online right now, they're rated guns, missile launches. You know, sick bastard Aaron, the toy hunter, made a super vamp. It's a remote control car now, which, you know, amazing work. Like, just tip of the cap to you boys and girls out there that can print and put together these amazing vehicles and stuff, and just see a toy and make it even better than what it is, you know. So, tip of the cap to you. I'm not anything near close to that. I'm just trying to make vehicles because, like I said, I'm really big into the films aspect of this stuff, and so I'm just trying to have like just a plethora of stuff. What do I need? I need a sports car. What do I need? I need a race car, a truck. I just have it. It's like a Rolodex. But I mean, if I had the money, like I said before, I'd be buying all of those 3D printed trucks and tanks and stuff like that, and the space. I don't have the limited space. But the steering wheel is my biggest issue. It's massive. It's huge. Like, I think it's even like silly for like the dolls that come with this thing. Because if you saw the Barbie one I just showed you, this one is just like, why is it so big? But whatever. I painted the silver accents on it, and the buttons in the center, like the cruise control and everything like that. I painted that silver just so you could see that. This car was really good, man. This car is really nice. This is the one that, like, when I was walking past, went to this thrift store, I didn't see shit, and I was like, fuck, man, I'm really looking for vehicles. That's exactly what I went there for. So I figured you find like an RC car, which I did. But I'm like, I didn't see that there at first. I'm like, fuck, this place was a waste. Drove here for nothing. And I just started walking down. The next thing you know, it's just this middle section. It had everything. You know, I was like, motherfucker. You know, and that's where I saw this. It was just a big white car just sitting there, and I was staring at it. I'm like, I know it's for dolls, man, but just if you know, standing next to the car, walking away from the car, if you're just shooting the car, driving, and you can just kind of, like I said, I know it's a convertible. But if you can mount them in the seat correctly, so if you shoot it from a certain angle, you can just at least see them driving. It won't look so bad. And this is another car. Like I said, once I get the screens in and everything like that, I can shoot from the inside. And like I said, this was going to be my the Dodge Viper interior, because I think the Dodge Viper, at least this version, is only supposed to be a 2-seater anyway. So I kind of like the way this looks from the inside. That's like I said, that was another reason why I was looking at these vehicles, because I'm thinking, like, when I'm going to film it or when I'm going to shoot it with a camera or anything like that, how can I get the view from the inside? So how can I get that view over the shoulder driving, maybe talking on a computer screen? Or how do I get that view from a side? I need cars like this. Like I said, I might go back and buy those SUVs and just paint them up, you know, because like I said, eventually, I'm hoping that, you know, listen, fingers crossed, you know, I know a lot of people won't, but I'm hoping that eventually you'll see, like, I'll see a Vamp at a fucking thrift store or something close to it, and I can just start building up those kinds of vehicles. But for now, everybody needs a sweet ride, right? So fuck it, I figured, why not? And I just jumped off the cliff and I grabbed what I could. And like I said, seeing Heavy Duty standing next to it like this, I you know, he looks good. It scales well. You know, I wanted cars that scaled correctly. I know a lot of the times when I see people shooting and stuff like that, they got to do the perspective because the car's too small or the car just doesn't look right. I want the car to look right because I want to shoot close-ups. I want to shoot scenes involving the car. You know, like I said, don't get me wrong. Like I said, hats off to you guys that use the filmmaker technique and do the perspective, where, you know, you can shoot the car from a certain angle and it'll look correct, but still, I don't want that. I want to be able to shoot how I'm going to shoot, and I'm particular about that. It's maybe a pain in the ass, but I don't give a shit. I'm very happy with all these cars. Very happy. But that's not where I stopped. That is definitely not where I stopped. I fucking was watching it, and I'm going to have to shout this guy out multiple times because he's a great dude. Mike over at the Savage Land. I'm gonna shout him out a lot. He got a van from somebody. I don't know. I think he said something on eBay. I don't know the gentleman's name. Savage, if you watch this video, please remind me who he was, who gave you that goon van. As you guys know, I smoke a lot of pot, so the short-term memory, it ain't what it used to be, especially taking chair shots and all kinds of other shit from pro wrestling. So, but yeah, he got a van, the Ninja Turtle van from the Mutant Mayhem movie. And like I had said recently last week when I was going to talk about this episode, was I was going to make it a goon van too. I liked what I saw when Mike when he reviewed it and talked about it. I really liked what I saw what the gentleman did with it. And I said, well, I was really sick, man. I think I want to do that. And originally I was going to just call the guy or text the guy, go on eBay and just buy one of his vans. But my father taught me a long time ago that if you do something yourself, you never have to ask anybody for anything, right? So one day at Target, I was at Target with my girl, and I saw it on the aisle, and I grabbed it, brought it home, took it out of the box. Didn't like what I had originally saw because I didn't like the colors, the stupid pizza slice stickers. But I assume it's because in the movie they steal a pizza truck. I don't know. I didn't see Mutant Mayhem yet. I know I'm hearing good things about it, but if Shredder's not the bad guy, I really don't give a fuck. I know it's the comics and there's a lot of like mutants and stuff like that, but that's just me. I'm an original cartoon guy and movie guy, so I like Shredder. Anyway, sorry about my dogs. My dogs go crazy when we have delivery guy. They get delivery persons here right now. Hopefully that's my Retro Duke, because that's what I'm waiting for right now. Retro Duke, Scarlet, and Rakondo. They just shipped from Big Bad. So they start barking and they get my nephew going. Anyway, the turtle van. So I didn't like the colors. I didn't like the way it looked. It bothered me. I gutted it. I got baked one afternoon and just gutted the thing. Literally just took it apart and then almost forgot how to put it back together again. I got very nervous. But now this is where I am with it. I'm not done with it. That's why I don't want to put it in this episode. I just wanted to show you guys. I beat it up pretty good with just... It's a Ninja Turtle van, man. They're not going to have a new van. It's going to be basically a beater, But I painted the bumpers black. I repainted the whole thing. I painted the whole thing silver. And then I got my own version of yellow and green because I didn't like the yellow that it was and I didn't like the green that it was. So this is Sunset Yellow, it's called. And this is called Grass Green. Krylon, the 2X paint that'll paint on plastic and stuff like that. And then I used the Rust-Oleum aluminum to paint it first, just so I get a nice metal look. I didn't sand anything to get the metal look. This is all rub and buff, all this beat up look. I sanded that stupid turtle power shit because I'm trying to go for like a realistic feel. Don't get me wrong, I know what it's supposed to be. I'm not, the kids are stupid or anything like that, but I wanted it to be an adult toy, so that's what I did. I didn't put the headlight stickers on yet because there's a part of me that wants to drill holes and light up. Yesterday I was watching Krusty O'Crow and Aaron the Toy Enhancer on their live stream, and Aaron was basically showing you how he rigged up the van with the lighting, and he basically explained that as long as you take your time, do it the right way, you can get the. And when I made costumes back in the day, I used to use lighting all the time. I made an Iron Man costume, I made an Ultron costume, and all that stuff lit up anyway. So I kind of, I'm not a complete novice. I just don't like to mess with electricity. I just don't like to do it. But when he did his video, he really kind of inspired me. So I want to either make this light up or I'm definitely going to make the blue Bentley light up. And I'm probably going to do the RC car because I already have the lights. I just took them out because, like I said, those I think were the only things that were still good. But in terms of the control for the servo and like the wheels and stuff like that, those were shot. I don't think those worked. The battery was also very, very bad, so I just assumed that the connection's bad. I'm probably gonna have to take everything out, which I did, to replace it. That's why another reason why I didn't want to put chairs and a dashboard in that car, because just in case I do want to make it an RC car again, I just want to buy the motor and all that stuff again, and just kind of put it back in. But I definitely want to jump off the RC car wagon. So if anybody's an RC car collector or like an enthusiast, please talk to me. Because I just want to see which ones are smart to buy. And I see very expensive ones. Because I'm going to go on the 110, 112 scale anyway. Because as long as they all match, I'm happy. But yeah, I'd say, anyway, I'll be right back. I'm back. What's up, guys? Just I had some delivered, some packages. Not Big Bad Toys yet, which sucks, but no big deal. Anyway, let me just get to this so I can wrap this up. The back does still come out. Everything still opens up. But I did take that stupid pizza cannon out. I'm going to put that on top and make that a sewer cap shooter. So the pizza things that came in, I'm just going to paint them gray, make them look like sewer caps, and then just kind of put that on top. And then this, as it comes out, I'm going to find a way to mount the loyal... Because I'm making this for the Loyal Subjects turtles. So I got the raft with the bike, and the bike kind of fits in here pretty well. And then in the middle section, I'm gonna build Donnie his command center. So I'm gonna have some computers. That's why I wanted to light it, because I want the computers to work. And so if I get the headlights to work with the computers and stuff like that, I'm not gonna attempt to light these things up because they're different sizes. If I do, I'm just gonna cut these off this bar and buy those lights that Aaron put over yesterday, like those square looking spotlights, and I'll put like 3 here. That's what I'll do. The regular tires are over there. I'm not gonna show you. That I'm gonna sand off the turtle power. Like I said, I don't need all that. But speaking of Aaron, my next episode of Freshly Baked Props is gonna heavily involve him. I do want to say thank you. He sent me this in the mail yesterday. It came the Dollar Tree mech figure. A lot of people bought these and started customizing them for the classified figures. I will do the same. I have some ideas already, and considering he got me inspired to light, I'm gonna light this bitch up, and I'm thinking of maybe, please don't quote me, some smoke effects. I haven't decided yet, because it's, where am I gonna put all that shit? But I'm gonna fuck with this very soon. This is gonna be my next episode of Freshly Baked Props. So I'm excited about that. So that's pretty much the vehicles, guys. Like I said, if you came this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, boys and girls. And it brings me to my next point, and that's talking figures. Now, I'm still going to do talking figures. It's just going to be when people can do it. I'm kind of like on their schedule, so when they're free, I'll do it. I don't really like talking by myself. Every time I come online nowadays, I see somebody new doing an action figure review, so I don't want to do reviews. And then every time I come on, people are kind of talking about the new reveals and with this and what's going to come now. Now, like I said, so much so that people are even just doing live streams now about it. And I'm sure they've been doing it for a while. So I'm just going to stay in my lane and just do Freshly Baked Props. I'll give you my opinions on this. But it'll also keep me focused on the play motion stuff. Because like I said, there's only a few guys that listen to me, and that's Savage Land, Woody 222, and Mython, which I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much, man. But I'm not gonna sit here and just talk to myself and stuff like that. So I just figure when the gentlemen, I do have a list of guys who have already reached out to me and want to come on the pod. So when they do, I will definitely bring back talking figures with them. But until then, I'm just gonna do like stuff like this. Which brings me, like I said, about cartoons. I think we highly undervalue the Batman cartoon from 2003. It's a very good cartoon. I know a lot of people love the animated series, and like I said, it's a masterpiece. But the Batman cartoon from 2003 is very good. And guys my age would probably agree. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm just, like I said, just spewing opinions. And that, like I said, the He-Man cartoon from 2004 was real good. The Ninja Turtle cartoon from 2007 was good. The CGI one on Nickelodeon, I thought that was a very good show. Staying in the CGI realm, Beware the Batman, I think is a highly underrated show. I thought that was pretty good. Only got one season, but that was pretty good. Like I said, a lot of us romanticize Batman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond because that's what we grew up. That's really the meat and potatoes of our childhood. And of course, X-Men the Animated Series and Spider-Man. But we should, nod to those cartoons because they were freaking pretty awesome, really awesome. And I was really disappointed that the Batman cartoon only got two seasons, especially when they were starting to build a universe there. That you could have gotten a Superman cartoon out of that universe, you could have gotten a Justice League cartoon out of that universe. There was a lot of cool stuff there. But I digress. That's literally my talking portion of today's episode. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and waste your time. In terms of the new reveals, I'm very excited about them. I already pre-ordered two Wolverine, Astonishing Wolverines. I was going to get the Superior Spider-Man figure, but I'm just not really into Spider-Man like that. I don't really care. I have the Spider-Mans I need. I don't really need any more. Like now you're just starting to fulfill a fucking addiction, and I just don't want to do that. If anybody has an extra one and wants to send it my way, I will not refuse it, though. I see a lot of people are giving, i.e. Aaron the Toy Enhancer. Thank you very much for that. I very much appreciate you, brother. But like I said, you guys have extra stuff that, because I'm the same way. If I have extra shit, you guys want it, I will gladly give it to you. We can trade if that's how you feel, better. But if you just need it, man, and I got it, we're boys, man. We're part of this. We're a family now. We're brothers. So brothers in arms. Take it, use it, do what you need to do. I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm just trying to be a part of this community. And I noticed, I was listening, I forgot who I was listening to. I'm not gonna sit here and keep name dropping, but they were talking about like drama and stuff, and I accidentally kind of stumbled upon it because like I'm late to the party here, man. I don't know none of this drama, none of this silly shit where people talking shit about people, man. These are fucking toys. Like y'all need to stop. I hate to say it this way, but everybody needs to grow up. Grow up and just start playing with your toys. You don't need to be talking shit about somebody just to get clicks or views. Trust me, as somebody, I've been in the wrestling business for a very long time. That's, that shit don't work. It shit only works but for so long before it starts to look desperate. Like if you go on and bash everything. I used to be that guy. Everything was stupid. Everything sucked. And you find out quick that no one wants to hear your opinion when you're like that, because they can't take you seriously. Just like if you're, if you're on the opposite side and everything's positive and you love everything. Now, don't get me wrong. That's better than being negative. But even that, people would start being like, what are you, a fucking mascot for them? Like, what do you work for them? But if you like what you like, you like what you like. And if you get stuff and people want to share and everybody wants to be a part of the thing, be a part of the community. Don't start talking shit about somebody else. Just be a part of it. Who cares? Now, again, I'm far from it. It has nothing to do with me. I don't give a shit. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and do reviews. I don't care. Buy what you want. You're an adult. You want to buy 13 fucking Vanguard trucks? Go ahead. As long as you save one for me. Just don't buy them all. That's all I'm asking for. Don't be a fuckface. I hate when people do that shit. But if you're building armies, go for it, man. Just, save some for the people who don't have any. Then buy more. These manufacturers, they know what they're doing. They'll make more. So if you just buy a couple and then wait and then buy more, then just do that. But if you're giving the shit away too, that's crazy. I was like I said, I stumbled upon this. I don't know their names. I didn't care to learn, like, because I don't want to get involved in anything. Like, I don't want people to pull this up and be like, oh, this guy's talking shit, because I'm not. Like I said, I don't give a shit what you do. Do what you want. Buy what you want. Put over what you want. Like I said, the best thing you can do is just turn off the video, right? But I digress. Like I said, I just wanted to, this from now on, talk at least from the single perspective. If it's just me, talking figures and freshly baked props will just be one episode. It'll be like just one thing. Because I always talk about other stuff too. Freshly baked props isn't just vehicles and dioramas. It's everything. So it's 3D printed pieces. It's accessories that you can use. It's like I said, food accessories. I got so much shit that I would love to just, I don't know if you guys know about it, and if you do, you may not know what you need to, how to use it. Not to say that you're a moron, but you might get the stuff and be like, what am I going to do with this thing? If I can help you, or if I can just kind of shed light on you, like, oh, that's actually a good idea. Because if I can tell you how many times that's happened watching you guys with me, where I'm like, fuck, that's brilliant, It happens almost every single day. Every single day. When I'm on YouTube and I'm seeing all you, everybody. I'm not gonna say no more, everybody. Like from the 60,000 subs to the 13 subs. Doesn't matter. You all start somewhere, and you always have your own perspective on things. And when you put your perspective on things, you will literally catch somebody who'll be like, oh fuck, I never thought of it that way, or I never saw it that way, and then look at it from that perspective. That's the kind of shit we want on here. You want positive influence. You don't want negative shit. So that's why I was telling you, take that negative shit somewhere else, man. These are toys. At the end of the day, don't take life too seriously, because these are just toys. They're meant to take you to a safe place, not to a place of anger. And if it takes you to a place of anger, then that's a serious problem. And you should smoke weed. That's all I'm going to say. Unless you're straight edge, then of course. Eat a Kit Kat or Snickers, whatever the fuck it's called. Anyway, speaking of smoking weed, I got to get to that right now because my head is starting to hurt. I hope you guys got something out of this. If you're looking for vehicles, the 1/10 scale does not bad. It works. Do they look silly inside of them? Yes, but if you prop them up, you could probably figure it out. If you're willing to cut shit out of the bottom of trucks and cars to fit people in, you can add some foam or whatever to get them to sit right. So, take that advice what you will. That's all I can say to you. When I'm done with these, I might give some away. Not the RC car, because I don't think anybody's going to want the Viper. But if anybody wants the Barbie car or the Rainbow car, let me know. Or if you want the trucks, probably not going to give away the Ninja Turtle trucks. The semi one, maybe. I just might give away the trailer if you have your own truck. We'll see. But again, just make it. It's a box. It's easy. I know mine is huge. If you look at the picture, it's huge. I get that. But it had to fit robots and stuff in it, so I needed to make it big enough. So that box can fit like 8 to 10 robots. Those If you saw my first play motion video, those Buzz Lightyear robots that are in the first scene, those are pretty big. Those are like, I want to say like 8 inches tall, and they're beefy. Which, if there are any Motu fans and you want like the Hordak drones, those things could probably work as long as you got the Hordak logo. If you want to just paint it on, you can do that. But if you're a 3D printer and you print like the Hordak logo and you could just kind of mount onto those things, you might be in business with something, because somebody would start buying those. I don't know how many Motu fans there are. It seems every time I go on, I don't find many. Like, I find a few and they collect them, but they don't really like talk about them the way I see everybody talking about Classified. Everybody loves G.I. Joe. Everybody loves the Marvel Legends. Everybody talks about the SH figure arts and all those other bullshit. Listen, man, I bought a couple of those figures. They're too skinny. They look like Japanese figures. You know, very skinny, scrawny. I bought Captain America, Thor. The only one that looked okay was Iron Man. But like the people, they look too skinny and small. I didn't like them. They don't scale properly. And then once Marvel Legends, listen, Hasbro's annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you. They do dumb shit. But in terms of their detail, like I said, I know certain people collect certain ones. Some people collect MCU. I just collect the comic ones. I don't like the MCU. Unless it was a movie that meant something to me. Like, I bought Captain America from the Winter Soldier because that was my favorite of the Marvel Universe movies. Because it wasn't just some dumb superhero movie. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the superhero movies, I love the action, but Captain America, the Winter Soldier was like Mission Impossible. It was like a very good espionage type film. I enjoyed that film very well. So, like, I saw that Captain America. I bought him. You know, I didn't buy Winter. I got the comic Winter Soldier because he just looked better. I didn't like that weird dirt around his eyes for the one thing. And then the weird brown vest. The vest wasn't brown. If you have that figure, you obviously know what I'm talking about. My buddy has all of the MCU figures already. And he'll be on Talking Figures at some point. He's the guy who got me into collecting, so he should be on the show. But he had that figure, and I'm like, why is his vest brown? And even he couldn't answer me. He was like, I have no idea. But whatever, you know. Like I said, I love Marvel Legends. I love Classified. I love Motu. I'm a little upset that I missed out on the Mezco Ninja Turtles. You know, I don't really trust Mezco all that much anymore. Especially after the way they boned me with the fucking Justice League set. And Conan. Conan really, that chapped my ass. That really chapped my ass because I wanted Conan and they fucked me. Pieces of shit, right? Anyway, thanks for joining. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I like talking to you guys. It's fun, man. Like I said, it makes me feel like I'm not just talking to myself. If you like these vehicles, check them out, man. You can get them brand new. But I would go to these thrift stores. Because this is really for me to tell you, even though I doubt them sometimes, when you go to the right one, you find gold. So I see why people go to these things. Because like originally, like I said before, I ain't going to buy someone else's garbage. That's what I used to say. And now it's like, I might have to go back to that place and get some more stuff, you know. So if you're looking for vehicles, man, you can't afford all the other shit, but you're a great customizer. I hope you like what I did. I wanted to go luxury over tactical because everybody's doing tactical nowadays because everybody, like I said, everybody's got a hard-on for the Valaverse Classified lines. So everybody's making like tactical vehicles, but every now and again, like I said, you need a nice whip. Move around the city with. So, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all you guys, man. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, please stay baked.